A major motor company displays a die-cast model of its first automobile made from 9.35 kilograms of iron. To celebrate its 100th year in business, a worker will recast the model in gold from the original die. What mass of the gold is needed to make a new model? I encourage you guys to pause this video and to give this. Presuming you pause this video and give this problem a shot, let's get started. Alright, so we're going to do number 3 here. So what is happening here? A major motor company displays a die-cast model. So it's going to make some material that has 9.35 kilograms of iron. So he's going to make some model. I don't know what the model looks like, but whatever. To celebrate, a worker will recast the model in gold. So this is going to be a mass with a specific volume that has its densities. So and he wants to recast the same model. In other words, that implies the same volume. So the volume is going to be the same in gold. So what mass is that model? So before we do this, let's look up the density of the iron and the density. So the density of the iron is going to be 7.874 grams per centimeter cubic. And the density of the iron, gold, this is the iron, this is the gold, is going to be 19.39 grams per centimeter cubic. There we go. So the question is asking what mass of the gold is needed to make the model. Well, first of all, the mass, so the density is, by the formula, is really just the mass over the volume, right? We know this for a fact. So in order to get the mass, we have to multiply the density times whatever specific volume it has, or in this case, the volume of the iron. And since the volumes are going to be the same, since we're making the same model, that means that this is going to be the density of the gold and the mass of the gold. So the mass of the gold is going to be that density of the gold times the volume. Now, in order to get that volume, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking the mass of the iron, which it gives us that value. The mass of the iron is going to be 9.35 kilograms. There we go. So the volume is going to be the mass divided by the density of the iron. Alright, folks. So now we got practically all the equations set up. So let's clean. Alright, so let's so now, since we got the right setup, the mass of the gold is going to equal to the density of the gold, 13.39 grams per centimeter cubic, divided by 7, the mass, the density of the iron, 7.874 grams per centimeter cubic. Notice that this unit cancels off, times the mass of the iron. So it's really just this formula, and all you have to do is check that in your TI-84 calculator. 19.39 divided by 7.7874 multiplied by 9.35, and there's our answer, folks. The mass of the gold that we're looking at is going to be equaling 23. I'm just going to keep it as 23 kilograms. Alright, we're